What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugas, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today, I'm going to talk about this afternoon's NFC divisional round playoff game. You had the San Francisco 49ers beating the Minnesota Vikings at home 27-10 to advance to the NFC Championship game next Sunday, where they will host either the Seattle Seahawks or the Green Bay Packers. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on Instagram or send me a friend request on Facebook, I'm gonna have my Instagram and my Facebook information down in the description box. Come give me a follow on the gram. Come send me a request on the book. Come holler at your boy, yo. Well, shows how much I know about football, man. I actually had picked the Minnesota Vikings to win this game 28-27. Now, to give me credit, I did say the 49ers would score 27 points. So I was completely accurate about that. I said the 49ers would score 27, and they scored 27. But I thought the Vikings would score 28, and they scored 10. And shout out to all the 49er fans, man. Especially the ones who was on my preview video, basically warning me that this would happen. Y'all called it, man. Y'all called it. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all said y'all team would dominate Minnesota, man. And they did, man. D4 coming back. Shout out to Quan Alexander, LSU Tiger coming back. This dude Mosley playing for Witherspoon, which I don't know why Witherspoon was out there in the first place. Those guys played well, man. The defensive line, man, it's scary, man. I knew that the 49ers D-line had the advantage over the Vikings offensive line, but I thought Minnesota would run the ball way more efficiently than they did, man. Dalvin Cook only had, as a team, I think Minnesota had 21 yards rushing, man. And that's just not going to get it done. When you forced to be in third and longs consistently all afternoon against pass rushers like that, regardless of who you got at wide receiver, unless if you have a mobile quarterback that could really run away, it's going to be a long day. And that's exactly what it was, man. It was a long day. The running game, Kirk Cousins needs a solid running game, man. And once that got shut down today, yeah, you knew the 49ers was just going to line up and tee off on him, man. And that's exactly what they did. D Ford, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, and those guys, man. They played well today, man. They really got after Kirk Cousins and shut down this running game. Greenlaw and Quan Alexander, man, at linebackers, stepped up, man, against the run game, man. Dalvin Cook, a lot of times, he's explosive and has great speed. A lot of times try to get around the edge, but, the 49ers got him, man. They grabbed him and brought him down, yo. That wasn't nothing, man. Just a great defensive performance, man, by the 49ers, man. Great. Richard Sherman, old man Richard Sherman, man, getting the interception. And like I said, man, it's almost like if Witherspoon didn't start the game, Vikings probably wouldn't have scored, man, with the exception of that interception they got that put them in great field position. But I want to give a big shout out, man, to Kyle Shanahan, man. I thought he caught a magnificent game, man, on the other side of the ball for the 49ers. Most coaches, man, want to sit back and line up and throw the ball all over the field to prove, like, look how much I've coached up this quarterback. And when Jimmy Garoppolo, one of the reasons I felt the 49ers would lose is because I was like, man, this is Jimmy Garoppolo, first playoff game. It's a lot of pressure on him, but to Kyle Shanahan's credit, when Jimmy Garoppolo threw that interception, which basically gift wrapped the Vikings a field goal, he said, you know what? We're not playing around with these guys. We're going to line up old high school football, down south high school football, and we're going to run the football, man. Run it and run it and run it. And he basically took the game out of Garoppolo's hands, man. Didn't give him a chance to potentially mess this game up. And I just think that's absolutely great coaching on his part, man. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan, man. That was a great coaching job. Understanding your personnel, understanding the circumstances and the situation, and relying on your offensive line and your three running backs that run a 4-4. And they sealed the deal for him, man. I think Tevin Coleman had 2 touchdowns, I want to say. It was another pass and touchdown to Bourne. Great game by them, man. Kittle had a quiet game catching the ball, but he was tremendous in run blocking, man. The offensive line for the 49ers handled their business. They got to Garoppolo like maybe a couple of times, which I thought the Vikings D would have played better, against the run and getting after Garoppolo, but they didn't. And, that's a credit attributed to Kyle Shanahan and that whole 49ers coaching staff, man. Basically to lean on the run game, man. Lean on the defense in the run game, and they dominated this football game, yo. When you look at the other side, the other team, man, the Minnesota Vikings, man, I felt like they would win, obviously, man, but they got dominated, man. And the key for them, I think what the Vikings got to do going forward is they got to solidify that offensive line, man. I know people are going to get on Kirk Cousins today, and at times, Cousins, at times he does look like he don't like to get hit. It's like sometimes he's ducking before the pressure even get there instead of just trying to stand tall in the pocket and make an accurate throw downfield. But with that being said, man, I mean, the offensive line got whipped today. I know the 49ers got a very good defensive line, but they got whipped, man. I mean, it wasn't just trying to protect Kirk Cousins. They couldn't run the football, man. They didn't create holes in the run game, man. That's a position that the Vikings are definitely going to have to address this offseason, man. Because I think Kirk Cousins is a solid quarterback. Obviously, I think Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen are very good wide receivers. Kyle Rudolph is a solid tight end. I think Dalvin Cook has the potential to be a future superstar, at running back in this league. But they got to it don't matter how good your quarterback is, how good your wide receivers is, and your running backs. If you cannot run block or protect your quarterback, you're going to get results like this, man. So, yeah, they got to address that offensive line. I think they're good at the center position, but they're going to have to address, especially those tackles, man. They're going to have to do something about that, man, if this team, wants to make deeper runs into the playoffs going forward. Because they have all the talent in the world, man. Like I said, all the offensive players I mentioned, and defensively, man, Danielle Hunter, Everson Griffin, Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith, they're going to have to, they're going to have to do something about that O-line, man. Because, they got destroyed today, man. I don't remember the last time watching the playoff game when I seen a team just get absolutely dominated up front the way the Vikings did today, man. Shout out to the 49ers, Robert Saleh, and that defensive staff and those players on that side of the ball for just absolutely taking it to the Minnesota Vikings today. But, yeah, they're going to have to adjust the offensive line. And defensively, man, I think Xavier Rhodes' time is up for them, man. He's been a Pro Bowl player in this league. He's a veteran. He's been solid, but I just don't think he has it no more, man. I don't know exactly what his salary looks like. I'm sure he's paid decently because he was like basically an all-pro corner, just like 2 or 3 years ago. But he's lost a step, man. Unless they're gonna consider moving him at safety, which obviously this team isn't going to do because they got Harrison Smith and they got the other guy, number 41. I can't think of his name, but he's a pretty good safety. So obviously they ain't gonna move him there. So I think this is the end of the road for Xavier Rhodes, as far as being a Minnesota Viking, man. But for them, good season. Made it to the divisional round of the playoffs, man. Huge win against the New Orleans Saints last week, which I know Saints fans are kicking themselves right now watching the game today, like being like, why we didn't just beat this team at home last week. But good, like I said, good season for them, man. Had a shot to win their division, made it to the playoffs, made it to the second round. But for the offseason report for them, man, they gotta address that offensive line, and I think they need to, move on from Xavier Rhodes, man. But like I said, but shout out to the 49ers. Shout out to y'all fans. Hey, I apologize picking the Minnesota Vikings. I just thought they would have played better, man, and they didn't. Y'all try to tell me, and hey, I take it, bro. I take it. Shout out to y'all. No hard feelings. I ain't the only one pick Minnesota to win this game. But shout out to the 49ers, man, and their fans. NFC Championship game next week. Hey, enjoy it, yo. Y'all deserve it. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, hit the like button for your boy and give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Philadelphia Eagles and NFL content throughout the year. Also, this coming Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Y'all can come on there and ask me anything. Tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and shout you out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me in some good stuff. Until then, man, y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.